Well, it happened. Disney has bought 21st Century Fox, which means that Disney's company, Marvel, well, Disney, really, now owns, but Marvel and all of Marvel's characters in live action, or most of them, the ones everyone's clamoring for them to own. The X-Men and the Fantastic Four. They were previously, Fox had the rights to make movies and TV shows and I think cartoons about those characters and stuff. And now, since Disney, which owns Marvel, owns Fox too, now Disney can put those characters in the movies and things like that. And that's awesome. So, no more of this, no need to try to turn the Inhumans into the X-Men. I made another video about that since Marvel owns the Inhumans live action rights and not the X-Men live action rights. They were trying to make the Inhumans substitute X-Men so they could make the same kind of stories. That was bunk, a horrible idea, didn't work out. Now they don't have to do that anymore. They can let the X-Men be the X-Men. And, they can have Magneto have his kids back. That's, I don't know. I mean, some of you will get that, some of you won't. But the bigger question is, now that Marvel owns the movie rights to the X-Men franchise, and the X-Men have already been going off in their own direction under Fox's umbrella for quite a long time, should the Marvel Universe reboot the X-Men in order to make them fit more into what the MCU has been building since Iron Man in 2008? That was 2008, right? And that's a hard question to answer. I mean, Fox has proven they definitely know how to make some good X-Men movies. They haven't followed the source. That's a big argument. They haven't followed the source material that well. They've taken a lot of liberties and there are some people who feel like even though the Fox X-Men movies are good, they aren't the real X-Men, or they haven't followed the comics to the letter and they've missed some stuff. But even so, they've had some really good, critically acclaimed and financial hits. Just this past year, or within the last 2 years, both Logan and Deadpool, have proven they're both successful R-rated movies that, were even trying to go for Oscar consideration. I know Deadpool tried to do it, didn't work out. And Logan's trying to do it now, but I don't know if that's going to work out either because Logan didn't get Golden Globes. But anyways, who cares about the trophies? Everyone knows the quality's there. Those were good movies. So I would say, and I think a lot of people would say, that Fox has done a legit job with the X-Men. They've honored them well enough. They've had some movies that didn't go well, but for the most part, they've shown that they can make good movies with the X-Men, and they can be true to the spirit of those characters, if not, following the comics as closely as they could have. So taking all that, the valuable universe that Fox has built up with the X-Men already, should Marvel anyways, just jettison all that and start anew? And I don't know. I'm thinking that they have some options. I'm inclined to think, yeah, do it. Reboot. Why not? But that might be problematic because, Deadpool is successful as he is. And to reboot Deadpool, I mean, to kick Ryan Reynolds out of that role, that would upset a lot of people. So maybe they could find a way to keep the X-Men, reboot the X-Men and not Deadpool, right? But how would they do that? I mean, maybe they could do something in Infinity War, right? Where Thanos, with the reality gem or the glove, the Infinity Gauntlet, changes reality and makes it so that the X-Men are new, but, Deadpool has stayed the same. They could finagle that, and people would trust Marvel to be able to do that well. But, there are a lot of good actors in the X-Men universe, like Patrick Stewart, James McAvoy, Michael Fassbender. Sophie Turner's probably about to knock it out of the park as Jean Grey in the Phoenix. And a lot of the people playing the young X-Men, like young Cyclops, Ty Sheridan, and young Storm, Alexandra Shipp, and a lot of others. And they've been doing great jobs. And, the original ones, the older people who played older versions of, Cyclops and other people, they did good too. And so, to kick all them out, that would be pretty cold-blooded and harsh, right? I'm going to say that if I was a Fox executive, I would take one of two. Or, a Disney executive now. I would take one of two options. One is reboot the whole thing. I would definitely consider that, but I would keep Deadpool the same. Option two is I would establish that Marvel has a multiverse. I know they'd totally be stealing that from DC, and DC would be mad that they didn't get there first. Because in comics, DC is much more famous and in some places notorious for having alternate Earths and universes. So, they'd probably be like, dang it, but I don't know. Disney's got to do what Disney's got to do. I saw a rumor that Ant-Man and Wasp might introduce a concept of a multiverse. And if that's true, then they could just say that the X-Men, the way Fox has established them, just take place in an alternate dimension. And maybe they could have the X-Men and the Avengers and the Fantastic Four cross over every now and then. Dimension hopping. That could be a can of worms, but they could take that option. And then there's the Fantastic Four. I definitely think the Fantastic Four should be rebooted. I don't think that Fox has been doing a good enough job with the Fantastic Four movies where there's an established universe that people love and you might be painful to get rid of. If they can get rid of that, most people won't care. I think they should reboot the Fantastic Four, and they should start the Fantastic Four up new in Marvel and introduce Doctor Doom the right way. I think this will be the first time that it would be a Doctor Doom that people have liked, because the other Doctor Dooms and the other versions of Fantastic Four, people have not liked those guys. Well, those portrayals. The actors, they were just working with the source material they had, but those movies didn't do those characters justice. I would reboot the Fantastic Four. But what do you think? Do you think that Marvel should reboot the X-Men or the Fantastic Four? I think a lot of people are already certain that the Fantastic Four should be rebooted. But the X-Men, I think a lot of people are kind of more on the fence about that. But anyways, maybe you could let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching. I appreciate your viewership. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. And I will talk to you soon. Bye.